I want to talk about some of the biggest misses out of this Forbidden Unlimited list. Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more on us. We're going to be starting off over here with Called by the Grave. Having played this format a little bit, I'm going to tell you this with an absolute force of absolute disappointment. Called by the Grave needed to go to this format. Crossout Designator is not a problem at all this format. The problem this format is the fact that we didn't get the extra Called by the Grave. And a format where you're expecting 18 plus hand traps to be running around. The fact that you can still play into the Fool Wasp, that's not a problem. You've also got Droll Lockbird out here, which is supposed to be the big boogeyman in this format. You're supposed to be seeing, oh crap, you've got some insanity out here. There's the stop button. Oh, well, I don't have the additional Called by the Grave, and I don't have the Crossout stop this, but instead the TCG decided that they wanted to mold Triple Tack Talents into a sort of Called by the Grave-esque card as a slowdown button. I will acknowledge the fact that the TCG has been abusing the crap out of Called by the Grave. Out of Tack Talents. So I understand that, we're going to hit this, we're going to slow down the pace of the meta out here, but I did not realize how frustrating losing to the onslaught of hand traps was actually going to be this format. Maybe this is just me, venting and being upsetty. I'm not even upset about it. It's frustrating, man. Because it's just, all right, well, time to go lose to the daily war of hand traps at my local game store as I am trying to play the Yu-Gi-Oh! Official trading card game. Boy, this is certainly fun. Definitely a huge miss out here. I'm 100% supportive of Crossout going, but you should have moved a Called by the Grave. And I don't think anybody's going to, hate on the fact that, Crossout was a better card than Called by the Grave. Where is Summon Sorceress at this point in time? This has also been a huge frustration in the community, and this just, it doesn't make sense at this point in time. Everybody has kind of had the same initial thought here with this, and it's been, what is taking so long for this magical Summon Sorceress errata to actually happen out here? Now, we do have Battles of Legend on the horizon, just right over there. And it's another check for Summon Sorceress to come back. The fact that Asian English already has Summon Sorceress running around out here, that's a big kicker out here. That's a big one. How does another version of the game already have a Summon Sorceress errata, but the TCG is keeping Sorceress so locked up? And I once again want to remind you that Summon Sorceress is not even that broken of a card, man. If you're sitting here, you're shaking in your boots. You're like, oh my gosh, Konami, Summon Sorceress. Look, you guys see how frustrated I am about Summon Sorceress cloning a Yubel or a Fiend or, something like it. It's just, no, it's not broken. All right? It's bullshit that an errata, it's going to loop around 2 years out here. And the TCG is going to look at Summon Sorceress and they're going to bring it back and they're going to be like, oh, okay, man. There must be some combo that is so locked up deep in the wellspring of the Konami vault that they are so afraid of Summon Sorceress hitting the TCG. But then it doesn't make sense because why does Asian English have it at this point in time? I don't get it, man. I really don't. And this is one of the biggest misses out here because Sorceress there's no reason for it to miss. I don't get it. I do not understand what we are so afraid of. Speaking of hilarious things we're afraid of, what is going on with MX Saber Invoker at this point in time? Invoker is free in the OCG at this point, which I still kind of look at and go, oh, okay. You mean to tell me after all of this has been said and done out here that a power-up for frickin' Gladiator Beast of all things has been so scary? Well, I mean, to be fair, Party Boat is still banned, and we just got the reprint for that. There's a lot of, I would say, biases on the TCG side of things still to this day that feel very not fair. Once again, I mean, one of those key primary examples feels like MX Saber Invoker. I cannot functionally tell you a insane combo that is keeping Invoker locked up. I think that Konami looks at Rescue Cat and they go, no, Gladiator Beast will not be allowed to rescue Cat on into 2 Gladiator Beast monsters and then make a link to and then continue on. That's putting too many monsters in the graveyard. That's way too consistent. That should not be allowed. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, what's the problem here, man? You know, why are you so afraid of Gladiator Beast of all things? What has this deck done that is so incredibly scary that we have to be afraid of this? Because I'm going to remind you guys, there is nothing that MX Saber Invoker has done that is going to make this card so inherent. So I don't know. There are so many weird misses on this list that it's just like, do you guys even try anymore? Like, what is the problem that we're so afraid of with this? And then we have Snatch Steal here. Now, I think everybody kind of agrees at this point in time. You could have brought back Snatch Steal to 2, and nobody's going to have an issue with this. I think the scariest thing that you're going to have with multiple Snatch Steals is, oh no, the Mikanko player in my locals has started jacking 2 of my monsters instead of 1 because, oh no, Snatch Steal's not a once per turn. I guess, man, I fundamentally, if that is the thing that is breaking you, holy crap, I guess. I don't like the idea that that's the thing that would be keeping Snatch Steal back, but Konami, as they attempt to dial back the format, I think that they do become a little bit too afraid of the idea that, oh hey, you know, we're pushing these numbers around. You know, we're starting to mess around with maybe too much of a going second, because they're walking a very fine line of delicate scales. Pushing Snatch Steal to another higher number could potentially break that. I could see a time where we could see a format where, you know, you just slam going second, you got triple Snatch Steal, triple Change of Heart, and then you just jag your opponent's entire field. TCG doesn't have negates out here to really protect these boss monsters. And a resolution of a Snatch Steal with Change of Heart just tips the game so much not in your favor. That would be the only real thing. But moving Snatch Steal from 1 to 2 doesn't break the meta whatsoever. I think, honestly, it would make things a little bit more fun, I guess. But I guess we'd be just giving Tenpai too much. Imagine, you know, Tenpai gets that consistent upgrade. Oh, that secondary Snatch Steal. Oh, we're really, really, really pushing it out here. Should have just brought the card back to 3, honestly, and called it a day. And then the Fiendsmith. I think that this is the scariest miss out of this entire list, was the fact that when you're doing things with Fiendsmith right now, you've now created this massively broken scaling system of power, because the Fiendsmith package it's broken. It is an absolute consistency enabler. It does so many incredibly broken things, and honestly, it's frustrating to play against. If there was one crazy thing about this list that should have happened, it should have been a check to Fiendsmith. There needed to be something that slowed down the prospects of this deck. There needs to be there has to be a slowdown function here to keep this deck in check. But no, we don't systematically have that. Instead, what we get is, oh hey guys, you want full Fiendsmith combo yet again? In the format, it's a little bit taxing seeing the scaling here with this, and I don't know, man. I'm frustrated that the Fiendsmith package is still here, but at the same time, you know, it's growing a pair. You know, getting over it, as a lot of people will tell you on the internet in the comment sections, like, get over it. All right, stop being, you know. Just play better, Fivehead. You're right. I will do that comment section. But these are my biggest misses out of this Forbidden and Limited list. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.